Hi, peeps. So I wanted to share with you my design team journal for Tsunami Rose. I ended up making two journals. I think I said I was going to try to do that because I really wanted to do a hardbound and I wanted to also do a TN size. So I managed to pull it off. so these journals are using Daisy's French Classified collection. It is her newest collection, and guys, I absolutely love this collection. These are my fourth journals I've made with this collection, so that should tell you something. And I'm sure there will be more in the future. So quickly, the TN size is wider than your standard traveler's notebook. But if you have something like a Webster's Pages or a Prima, it will still fit nicely if you choose to put it in a traveler's notebook. So it is a little chunky, but it will still fit. So I just wanted to show that just in case you were wondering if it will fit. But it will definitely make a great standalone journal as well. So I'm going to start with this one first because it's smaller. They are pretty much identical. All the ephemera except for what I pulled from my Rose book is from Tsunami Rose. So that is that. And for the first time, I think I sewed the fabric on the cover. This fabric, this gorgeous fabric, I got from Selena at Amore Fabrics. I'm going to put all the links to everything down in the description box below. So thank you, Selena, for this beautiful fabric. I just have this like a velvet textured rather ribbon tied around it. I'm sorry I didn't do it nicely. I was taking pictures and I kind of tied it in a rush, but I'll make it pretty if it comes to your door. But it has like a velvety texture. I don't know if my camera will pick it up, but um, so yeah, I stitched on. You guys know I'm still learning, so the my stitching isn't perfect. I use like I guess it's like a taupe color. I don't even know. Um, to stitch around it, and I put some lovely lace on the spine. There is the back. And on the inside, oh my goodness, you guys, when I tell you, stitching this lace on the inside, ugh. because it's stretchy, so it like kept moving as I was trying to. It was just a hot mess. I have a lot to learn about sewing and fabrics and stuff like that. So yeah, trial by error, but I think it came out pretty good. So that is what you have here on the inside of the front and back covers here. So I overlapped the lace. So this is where that piece ends right here. Okay, so let's get in. I didn't do a ton of decorating because seriously, this paper is so gorgeous. And I was thinking it would be more of a writing journal. Oh, I also use Prima's. I should have bought the paper pad, but I'm sure you guys know what it looks like. I used Prima's Love Story and this one. And then in the hardcover one, I use Misty Rose. I think that's the name of it. Um, as well as Daisy's kit. So, yeah, I was thinking it would be more of a writing journal, so I did not do too much decorating. I use this on all of the background pages so you can write. This is the love story paper, and I stitched some lace on some of the pages. And of course, we have coffee dye paper. This is from my Rose book. Here's from Prima. I made a pocket. Oh, you guys, I made these pockets out of the pages of my rose book. um, when I was cutting out the pictures, I was like, man, the paper is really, really nice quality paper. So I just made pockets out of them and kind of decorated with some scraps that I had and some washi tape and some of Tsunami Rose ephemera. And then I just put I made a tag with some scraps stitched around it, and I left it open so you can add something behind it if you wanted to. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cute. I made like three of them, three little pockets. One is in this one, and the other two is in the hardbound book. So that is that. I'm gonna go pretty quickly because I don't want the video to be too long. Some graph paper. This is that love story paper. So as you can see, you know, with this kit, you can use a lot of different paper collections, match this paper. So it's the coffee dye doily. This is the love story paper. I just clipped on her ephemera that's stitched on some cardstock. It's a rose from my rose book, stitched on some cardstock. I made a fabric ruffle that I glued on because I never know where I want to put my my fabric ruffles. So I make the fabric ruffles. I make a bunch of them and then I just glue them on because I don't know. I just can't think ahead of where I want them. So here's a page from my rose book. Isn't that so pretty? And I thought it just complemented this page so well. And here's the other side. Some more coffee dye paper. Somehow these pages got out of order because there's four right behind each other. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, there's a Tsunami Rose. Here's the middle of the signature that I stitched. This came a little crooked, but you know. Oh, I forgot to put my butterflies on the string. I'll do that. I'll make sure I do that. I meant to put butterflies. That was the reason for me keeping them long. So as usual, when I send out my journals, I always send a little goodie bag of extra embellishments so you can go to town and decorate yourself. Here's a smaller tag I made. This is Tsunami Rose envelope. It is empty. So what I did here, this is the other page of, the other side, I'm sorry, of the garden book page. So what I did was I glued on this piece to cover the writing, and I just added this extra piece. And I'm going to add some more extra pieces because it's a little scenery here of Paris. So I'm going to add some extra little pieces as well. I altered a guest check here, and this is Tsunami Rose. This is also open in the back. This is stationery. I'm going to send the envelope to the stationery. I just didn't put it in here, but I will add that to your goodie bag. Both of these journals are very girly. There's Tsunami Rose gorgeous paper. There's the Tsunami Rose image here. Some more paper. So the fabric ruffle, I did a double fabric ruffle here. I got a little fancy with it. Some graph paper. So this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous kit. And so there wasn't much I needed to do to it, to be honest. Just great to just journal in. You can add photos in here as well, of course. So, from Love Story paper. And then there's the back. So this is the TN size. It is about, the cover is like not quite 5. It's a little bit over 4.5, I believe. And I think it's 8.25. Um, so here is the hardbound book. I covered it, as you can see, with the same fabric, added the same lace. I did add book corners. So these book corners are kind of small, and the corners were a little on the thick side. I didn't glue them totally all the way. So if you hate the book corners, you can, you can pull them off. It'll be a little, indentation on there, but if you hate them, they're not going to fall off. They're on pretty securely, but you can, pluck them off if you don't like them. I went back and forth on whether to add them or not. You can see all my all my strings, so you could cut them if that drives you nuts. But yeah, and then I have this really pretty satin pink ribbon on here. I say pretty, but you guys know I don't like pink, but it goes with the whole pink girly journal. So I added paper on the inside flap of this one, and then some lace to reinforce the spine. The spine is also reinforced with some tie-back. Um, so I used Misty Rose, I think I said, the Prima Misty Rose, and then I stitched some lace on there. Make sure I'm staying in frame here. There is. Okay, so for the background of pages for this, I used a few of Tsunami Rose's, I want to say writing backgrounds. That's what I call them. The writing background pages. So you can journal in between these gorgeous flowers, as well as, of course, the page from her kit. Here's a fabric ruffle. See, I used her ledger one. So anything that I thought matched this this kit, I put in here. It's a oh my goodness, image from my rose book. Sorry, and then here's one of the book page pockets. I guess I made here, and Tsunami Rose here, and then you can tuck something behind it. There's a doily in the corner with a Tsunami Rose ephemera piece in the middle. I did the same thing, just use some scraps, a little lace, some washi tape, and Tsunami Rose ephemera here. This, you guys saw, if you saw my book haul, my free book haul image, and this is that lady that I said I thought I wanted to put her on the cover of a book, but she ended up inside this book. I had to fold it because it's a little too big, but I think it's so pretty in this book. And then you have another image here on the back. It's another Tsunami Rose writing page, my little stencil coffee dye paper. I made a pocket out of a calendar page. I stitched around it, and I added some lace here. So there is a pocket. This is actually a page from the TN. So I made a giant journal card, I guess you could call it, with a page from the TN. And then here I just made 2 little corner tucks, so you have something here and a Tsunami Rose envelope with nothing in it. Here's another page from my rose book. I used some scraps of the Misty Rose paper and just made a large tuck spot, added some lace. Here is another image from my rose book. So pretty, and it matched so nicely with this journal. Here is, again, Tsunami Rose. Here's her large file folder. So there's nothing in it. I don't even know why I unclipped it. Oops, this one's bent a little bit. Let me fix that. Yeah, I don't know why I unclipped it, because there's nothing inside, but Those flowers are just so stunning, aren't they? There's just some, I think I got this in Happy Mail. I think. Make sure that doesn't fold again. All right, so we have some graph paper. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to turn the pages. There's another little tuck spot. And this is a paint chip, and it says Winter in Paris. So I thought it would go in this ephemera piece from Tsunami Rose. Coffee dyed paper. This is a page from my Rose book. It looks like a French restaurant, so I thought that was appropriate. And I added it in here. So what I did here was to cover the writing, I just used some scraps, and then I put a journal, a Project Life, coffee dyed Project Life card here, so you can journal right on top, and then I just added a die cut right here. And then there's some onion skin paper, stock record paper, there's a Tsunami Rose image. This is the middle of the signature. There's two large journal cards. Again, this is sewed on some cardstock, so you can journal on the front and the back. Well, on the front and the back of this one, the back of this one. There's another ephemera. The other side of that stock record paper. Some onion skin paper. Here's the other side of that book, the Rose book page. Looks like a nice statue there. So I thought that was nice. Kept that there. Here's the other side of the French restaurant. Here's an altered guest check. I got a whole lot going on this page, I just realized. So I have her little tiny envelope here behind the coin envelope. And then here's the ephemera piece. And then I have this vintage index card that I added 2 different fabric ruffles. I stitched them on there. So, of course, you can move everything anywhere you want in this book. This is probably like my favorite background page. It's so pretty. And then here I just added some washi tape just to cover a little bit of the words. But, you know, I like to see it but not see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that made sense. Love this page. Here's the other book page, floral book page that I turned into a pocket. And here's a large tag with a fabric ruffle. And of course the back is open, so you can add something in there. I had to stop adding stuff because this was just getting too chunky. So here's another one of the large pages here. The other side of the pocket. Some fabric ruffle. And I left this so then if you wanted to read about the lady in the pink dress, that's what she's called, you could read about it. So I left that. I made a belly band with some of the scraps and just added some leftover lace here. This is Tsunami Rose telegram. Here's another ephemera piece and envelope. Hopefully I can get this stuff out. There we go. So I put 2 of them in there. So you have more places to journal. Yeah, Lusa, here it goes. And that just tucks back in there. Some more of her beautiful papers. And so lots of room in here to journal and add photos. And then here's the back page, and that is it. So that is it. I hope you guys like them. These strings are out of control. So like I said, if you are annoyed by these strings, feel free, chop them off. All right, you guys. So that is it. I hope you guys like these two lovely journals. They will be listed in the shop by the end of the day today. Next up, I'm going to try to do some more of the embellishment bundles. You guys seem to like those, and I have been asked to do like everyday ones for everyday journals, so I'm going to try to work on those. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing next. Well, I have an idea what I'm doing next, but I'll tell you guys that in another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys who are new to my channel. Welcome. I am Kay. This is Artndacity Creations, because I never say that. And I hope you guys will come back very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All the links will be down in the description below. Have a great one. Bye. Happy weekend. Yay.